One of the most iconic venues in the country, Sun City played host to the fifth leg of the Donaldson Cross Country Championship as the Force Fuel 450 hit the plains of the Pilanesberg. In the production vehicle category, one of the most popular teams in the championship, Johan and Vanna Horn from Malalan Toyota, claimed their first ever victory in Class T. Currently fourth in the championship, Gary Berthold and Siegfried Rousseau from Atlas Copco Ford Racing. The pair having recently booked their ticket to Dakar by winning the Dakar Challenge in Botswana. And the third Toyota in the top three, Dakar competitors Leroy Poulter and Rob Howie. A good performance from Johan van Staden and Mike Lawrenson in the Atlas Copco Nissan moved them to sixth in the championship. Former Bok captain John Smith proved he's not just a good rugby player, as he and Michael Whitehouse finished fifth, an incredible performance from the Regent Racing Celeb Challenge team. Celebrations all round for the winners, the Horn brothers from Malalan.
The season is still long, anything can happen still, but so far so good.
Castrol Toyota's Anthony Taylor and Dennis Murphy failed to finish because of a transmission problem, but they still topped the standings in Class T on 100 points. But they're just two clear of the Horns, with Poulter and Howie 17 points off the pace. From the Nationals to the Regionals, it's the same venue, Sun City, but a different race, the Force Fuel 200. The perfect mix of up-and-comers and veterans, from the young to the fairly mature.
Okay, Frikkie, firstly, exciting times for your nice family affair this.
Ja, dis die eerste keer wat ek nou saam met Anneke ry. Ons het gewoonlik nationals gedoen, so ek gaan nou nie in die diep kant ingooi nie, ons sal maar eers 'n regional doen en kyk of sy dit like of hoe sy hou. En ja, ek hoop dit gaan goed vandag vir.
Another well-known face on the circuit, Dirk Pitter.
Yeah, the Felix season is going very well. Unfortunately, the last race at Frederick, we had a breakdown. The first in, we can't remember. It's the first time in a long time we have to walk back, but it's up to now it's going very, very well.
While Jason and Dion Fenter compete in the Nationals, the baby of the family, Dylan, will be in action in the Regionals.
Ons gaan man daar uit om dit te geniet. Hulle gaan nou weer vir posisies. So ja, dis net lekker om uit te gaan, net deel te wees.
Well, we've got 4 out of 4 so far. So finishing, you get points. So yeah, we're quite happy. We're on top now. So we're hoping to finish at a good position today.
Well, the veteran Tony Gavea kicking things off in the regionals in the special vehicle category. Starting very well in their bat Spec 0, Francois Conradi and Andrew van der Westhuizen. The pair were first to finish in Class P in Barberspun in June, and while it's still early days, they look on course to do well this time round as well. No navigator needed for Francois Smith, going solo in a Sandmaster Magnum, and he's first in Class B. We saw them earlier, the famed father and daughter pair of Frikkie and Anneke Botha. She may be shy, but she's not scared to bark out orders inside the Bat Spec 3. They're second in Class P. Some furious hooting there from Frikkie. And finally, they're through. Competitors in the Force Fuel 200 run on elapsed time, meaning every second counts. Good to see Anneke not holding back with their orders. Another man we heard from earlier, Tony Gavea, sitting alongside Michael. They're lying in third place in their Bat Spec 0. Currently lying second in Class B, Martinez Leroux and Gustav Pinar. Sun City is undoubtedly one of the flagship events on the racing calendar, and it's been going along since the 80s. Rikus Prinsloo and Layla Larim are fourth in Class P in their Bat Spec 0, a popular vehicle in the specials. He's a legend in racing circles, and he drives what he makes, Wolf Peter Fumfai, on his own, and third in Class B. So after 80 Ks, Conradi and Van der Westhuizen lead the specials, followed by Smith with the Boerters in third place. Speaking of the Boerters, big problems here, as their roof looks to have come off. But some quick thinking by daughter Anneke, and the coast is clear, so clear in fact that they're in first place. Superb teamwork from the family. They've dropped down to second position, Francois Conradi and Andrew van der Westhuizen, the terrain giving them trouble. Tony Gavea and son Michael are lying third. The pair showing why this event is renowned for its dust. It's simply everywhere. Not too far back, Rukus Prinsloo and Leila Laram holding onto fourth position and looking strong. Two men who are extremely well known on the racing circuit, Giel Null and Ferdy Peters, so the pair are currently fifth in Class P. You can't miss the sunny disposition of David van Jaarsveld and Martin van Jaarsveld. Their bright red Sandmaster is sixth. We're back on board with Martinus Leroux and Gustav Pienaar. The pair are first in Class B, but they've dropped down 2 spots and are lying 7th overall. And by the looks of things, they're destined to lose some more places. Second in Class B and 8th overall, Aaron Pretorius and Alexander Murison in an Orca Sandmaster. In 9th position overall, having dropped 2 places, the legendary Wolf Peter van Wy. Francois Smit also going at it alone, and you have to feel for him. His steering broke 10 k's from the finish and he dropped all the way from 2nd to 10th. But the winners, the father and daughter team of Frikkie and Annika Botha.
We got here eventually, and my hat's off to her. She helped me a lot for the first time, and for a 15-year-old girl, it's take my hat off to her.
Well, so do we. In second place, Conradi and van der Westhuizen, while the Gaveas, Tony and Michael, claimed the last spot on the podium, just over 5 minutes off the pace. Moving to the productions in the Force Fuel 200, Dirk Pitter was back to his brilliant best in Class E, leading from the front in his Ford Ranger, alongside your Quervus Claessens. In Class D, the father and son team of Jack and Sarel Oosthuizen were the men to catch, their Land Rover Defender going very well. Lying second in Class E, Regan Austin and Warren Force in their Toyota Hilux. The lights are already on for Henry Zamatin and Johan Gerber in the Ford Ranger, currently in 3rd spot. As things stand, they're just off the podium. Rob Reed and Bodo Schwegler driving a fairly rare Mitsubishi Pajero. They motor through the Pilansberg. Peter Potgieter and Donnie Voss are holding on to 5th place. Their bright yellow Toyota Hilux simply unmissable. So after 80 Ks, Pitter and Claessens are still out in front, followed by the Oosthuizens, while Austin and Voss are third. Pitter has proven to be one of the best drivers in the Donaldson Cross Country Championship, and it's certainly showing here. His lead doesn't look close to ending. Austin and Voss, meanwhile, have made a move in the overall standings. They have overtaken the Oosthuizens and are second overall. The racing giants, Jack and Sarel, are just one behind, but are still the frontrunners in Class D. Rob Reed and Bodo Schwegler have climbed up to 3rd in class, Zamatin and Gerber having fallen by the wayside. Young Dylan Venter showcasing those racing genes that run through the family. He and Ruan Pierce are 2nd in Class D and 5th overall. They remain 5th in class, but they've dropped to 6th overall, Peter Potgieter and Donnie Voss. Not forgetting the Northern Regions Club Series in Class Y, Naldo Petersen and Rudy Besaidnout were the only competitors. Over in Class Z, Gert Steyn and Tanya Berger dominated matters throughout the race in their Toyota Hilux. Up front, it was Pitter and Claessens that tasted the sweet success of victory.
It was a nice run today. I think luckily for our Class E, the rain was a little bit late, delayed. Lucky for that, but luckily we started quite in front today. The dust didn't bother too much, and we just took it flat out.
So Pitter and Claessens finished just over 4.5 minutes clear of Austin and Voss, while the Oosthuizens got the final place on the podium. Back to the Nationals and staying with productions, but moving to Class S. Remember, Class SP was split into 2 in 2014. Class D and Class S. A sterling performance from Yanni Fiss and Yorks LaRue in the Rubicon Racing Toyota moved them into second in the championship, despite missing an event early in the year. Finishing just under 8 minutes behind them for a silver, so to speak, Willem Vos and Vanna Weiss in their BMW X3, having only competed in their second event this season, moving them to 9th. Rounding off the top three, the man whose company gave their all to this event, Luke Puerta from Force Fuel, well guided by Andre Vermeulen. Consistency has taken the Bloemfontein-based De Bruyn and Kraling to the top of the Class S standings. So despite their fourth place finish, De Bruyn and Kraling lead the overall standings on 99 points, 9 clear of Visser and LaRue, while Dion Venter and Ian Palmer are third. Let's catch up with our Dakar Challenge winners, Gary Berthold and Siegfried Rousseau.
What was the feeling like going through that finish knowing that you had won it?
Yeah, it was an absolutely incredible achievement. It's something that we've tried to do for the last 3 years and really try to get to the Dakar in that way through the challenge. Very happy, but we knew the road ahead was not going to be an easy one. To raise the finance to get across the line in the Dakar is still a mountain of a challenge.
We wish them all the best with their preparations. From the Dakar Demons to something a little smaller, the side-by-sides or Class G vehicles that have been a tremendous addition to the Donaldson Cross Country Championship. Taking top spots at the Force Fuel 450 at Sun City, Gareth Woolridge proving that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Him and Boy Dreyer coming first. Vanna Mostert and Henna Deploy grabbed second place. And a man known more for his exploits on two wheels, Brian Kappa alongside Jaco Swart finished third. The pair actually topped the standings on 97 points, while Leander Pienaar and Carl Swanepoel captured fourth spot, but the winners, Woolridge and Dreyer. What do they think about the latest addition to racing?
Yeah, I think it will. It's relatively cheap motor racing. You know, everybody enjoys it, and at the same time, it's not slow. It's nice quick racing. The cars are good. They got nice suspension travel, and it's comfortable. So I think it'll only get better.